Hey guys, welcome back to another 90-day recap chat. 90 Day Fiance is about couples, one from the US, one person's from the US, the other's from another country. They basically have 90 days to get married. A lot of craziness can ensue in these type of dynamics, cultural barriers, language boundaries, honesty, what are the true intentions, green cards, all of these things involved. It's 90 Day Fiance. This is the single life. All those couples that didn't work out here, the remnants of some of these people, and they're still looking for love. So we see their singles journey. All right, let's get into our single life recap, starting with Kim and Jamal, Larry, and Wayne. So it looks like it's that time of year again as they're taping this season. It's actually Christmas time, and they're putting up their stocking and all this, and Jamal eats some candy from the stocking that was like a year old. He was happy, but she's like, oh, I think that's a year old. They're decorating, and it reminds her of family and her grandmother and her mother, and she invites Larry over to check it out. So he's on the video chat looking at everything, and then they talk, and she tells her sons that, she met this guy from England and she might go meet this guy. And her sons give her advice, and she lets them know he's not Usman because she's done this before with Usman. Jamal is skeptical of her going there by herself, kind of doing the same thing she did before. So Jamal may tag along. Larry kind of advises, says maybe Jamal should come and kind of support you in this so that you don't get too wrapped up into something that may not work because you have those rose-colored glasses on and those googly eyes for a person. You don't see all the things you need to see. So he's going to be there and possibly be that guy. We'll see how that works out. So they then open a letter about their sister. So they did get a letter back from when the sister was 6 years old. The parents wrote this letter about how well she was doing. She was in private school. She had a vegetable garden. She loves pasta. And Jamal's like, hey, this kid got it pretty good. I don't know if he's a bit jealous. Probably not, but it's funny and it's fun to see and hear, what happened to their sister at that time. And I'm sure the journey's going to continue as they learn more about the sister and maybe one day meet her. We know that her name starts with an R. For Kim, it's a bittersweet moment. And she's happy, though, that she was raised so well. 34 years later, she feels a bit more at peace of knowing this information. Colt, Courtney, and Diana. So Courtney's shopping with her family. She kind of debriefs them on what's going on with Colt and basically lets them know that Colt has actually gone to Brazil to be with Diana. He's going to be returning to Florida because he needs medical care there. He got something set up there in Florida, so he's going to be coming back there for this. And she's picking him up. Why? The parents say this guy is not staying with us, and they warn her to don't fall back and get reconnected with Colt. And, Dad says, leave our daughter alone. And I agree. They talk about him possibly just using her. The parents know what they're talking about here. She says she's just helping. And mom says set some boundaries so he can't just work his way back in. She says, she's been crying, but she's been crying about his leg and him needing help, not about the other woman. But she lets us know he still affects her. He has some kind of crazy power over her, and she doesn't fully trust herself. I'm sorry, why does Colt have all this power? I just don't get it. I think it's slimy, and I think the fact that she's helping him is foolery. He needs to find some rando to help him because he's messing with this Diana chick. Is he going to try to play both sides? If he is, double slime time. In fact, even though Dad doesn't like him, Dad can go pick him up. Dad can help him. He never needs to see your face again, Courtney. If you're concerned about him getting help, let your dad do it. and hopefully he doesn't try to talk his way back into their house. But I don't think Dad would stand for that. What do you guys think? Vanya and Tony. So the last time we saw them, they were arguing about their dance class and partnering. Dance partner change after the class because they were all going to just hang out and dance and just have a good time and maybe learn a bit more on their own. And he's like, this guy looks like Vin Diesel. He looks like your ex. Like, how are you going to pick this guy to go dance with? Because I'm not capable of dancing, and I actually want to stop. So she's headed out of town, going to Ibiza, and she's upset that he's accusing her of some things that she hasn't even done anything, that he might be projecting his insecurities onto her. So what's the problem here? I think she says the problem is us. They get into a whole fight outside of this venue, wherever they're at. And she says his attitude wasn't appropriate. The way he was getting upset. He's saying, can we come towards a compromise? And she says, no, she's going to take an Uber home. He says dancing is very sensual. He did get jealous, and he feels like that could lead to some romantic things if she's out dancing with these guys in Ibiza, or just if she's dancing with any guy. I mean, if you're getting that jealous about her dancing with any guy, sir, I don't see how you guys are going to continue. She does this for a living. She like belly dances and stuff, and she probably dances with or on guys, maybe not on them in an overly enticing way, but just the fun of being that person that performs like that, and you're just gonna be jealous of that. And she does that all day. Doesn't really sound like it's gonna be feasible. So she has to see Tony, and she's about to go off on her trip to Ibiza at this point. But he's going to end up taking her to the airport, so she feels like, hey, this may be a little bit awkward. But they're going to take this time to kind of discuss where they're going to go from here. She apologizes. They both agree they need to be on the same page. They both took responsibility for what went wrong that night. But they don't have any time to be close and, have that make-up connection or whatever, because she has to go straight to her trip. They share a little hug, a kiss, a love you, baby, at the airport. And Vanya says she doesn't think they can survive another meltdown. To me, the two of them look like they're putting it on to me. It doesn't look real. I don't know if they're just putting it on just so that they can get over this hump in the relationship so they can try to continue the relationship. Because you know how you can apologize, but you still need some time to get over a thing. Maybe that's it. Or maybe they really just don't have a true bond, and this is probably not going to work at the end of the day anyway. We will see. All right, and so for the story for the night, or of the night, I have to say it's Gino and Natalie. He supposedly unleashed his beast after she took him to the sports strip bar. Now he knows how freaky she is. She's allowing him to drop all of his inhibitions. So it is what it is. I don't even want to know the things that they may have done. And I need to hear Natalie's side, because the other night he said, the first time they were together that it was pretty good. But she was saying, so I want to know from her end, what is she feeling? Because she did not comment on that scenario. Maybe we'll find out that she doesn't feel exactly the same that he does. Maybe she's freaked out by it. She says she feels closer than ever to him, so I don't know. All right, they're supposed to meet with the daughter that doesn't like him and her brother. Her brother's name is Nick, and he's actually her fraternal twin, I believe. He is not on board with this. He's not in. He thinks she's crazy. The guy broke her heart, and she's hoping this is not going to be just another drama like her other relationships. So now they head out to this drag show. They're supposed to be Bella. She's supposed to be there. She kind of put this together. It looked kind of entertaining, and actually Gino was into it. So I guess he's into all types of things. The drag show was very dramatic, looking very theatrical. even if you're not into the drag lifestyle, I think you would be entertained by the clips that they showed. And Gino was into it. He says another thing that's bringing him out of his comfort zone, bringing him out, getting him out of his shell. So I'm like, what are you even into, Gino? I mean, is there more? Like I said, I didn't want to know what they did in the bedroom. Really not sure if I want to know, but not sure if I'd be that surprised either if I found out. Bella, so she never showed up, and Natalie's brother says she's not coming, that she doesn't like Gino, and the brother is straightforward. He does not, he was acting cool at first, but he was straightforward telling him the situation. And he straightforward told the producers, basically, Gino was not liked, Gino's not wanted, people are leery of him, the family's leery of him, especially the way that he threw her under the bus with the Jasmine situation when they dated a little while back. Also, he's asking, aren't you still married? Did you file for divorce? I don't recall the response he had for that. Guys, let me know. It seemed like a plausible response, but it didn't seem like, oh yeah, I have. It wasn't cut and dry. It was like, it was a little gray. So he wants to give this a chance. He wants to show her it's different and she comes first. I think he's trying to explain his way to the brother that, hey, he's going to be a different guy for her. She lets us know that she was with a serial cheater before that. Before she was with him. That was her ex. So she has her guard up. I guess everyone has their guard up. They're very protective of her, especially her daughter Bella. And you have to win Bella over, is what the brother says. Gino begins to get concerned again. And Bella ends up calling them on the speaker after brother is gone. It's just the two of them. She lets her know, hey, Mom, I love you. But I think you're embarrassing yourself with a troll like Gino. He disrespected you in Michigan. He's a spineless loser. These are some of the words that came out. These are some of the things that were said. And she says, I think you're so beautiful. You can do better than this. And she basically hangs up. So Gino feels like this was an unfair assessment of him as he's overhearing everything. He says, you can't judge me from one incident. And he wants to know how she feels about all this. And if she still has feelings for him, she says, I still feel the same about you. But I still also want my daughter's blessing at the same time. And she is a number one priority for me. So as far as their plans for tonight, I think he thought he was going to get some more of that strange love, whatever they did. But she says, I'm going to have to check on my daughter. I'm not going to be able to stay with you tonight. And she feels bad the fact that her daughter doesn't trust her judgment. She feels like she's a failure in that scenario as being like a role model for her in the relationship department, that she looks at her and says, this is a bad relationship city my mom is, and I can't trust her judgment. She feels like a failure in that department. And Gino tries to comfort her. So that was a lot that happened in the way that Bella read the situation. That was pretty brutal. That was pretty brutal, Gino. And I understand how he felt the way he felt. But she also has points as well. And also the fact that it seems like Natalie's has had a lot of bad relationships in her past, to the point where even she sees that, that's probably why my family doesn't trust my judgment. And then it also makes me wonder about Gino. Like, how bad is Gino really? Is he the best thing she's had in all of her failed relationships? Because he doesn't seem that horrible. Of course, he's not that great either. So does she even trust her own judgment in picking Gino? And just thinking about the fact that parents are out here doing what they do in these relationships, and they're burning these images on these kids, and Either they say that I'm not going to do that, or they say I don't know what to do in a relationship. So all of the things we do, especially in front of our kids, it impacts them, even, the partners that we may pick. So a lot of different things to think about, and some things that I don't want to think about, like Gino unleashing his beast. So what did you guys think about this episode, the Gino and Natalie situation? Should she stay or should she go? Putting her daughter first, is that the thing that she should do? I kind of think she does, just because it sounds like in the past maybe she hasn't put her daughter first. And even though her daughter may be an adult woman at this time, she's still a young woman, and I think that she may need her consideration at this time, because it sounds like in the past she really hasn't done as much. She's supposedly graduated from cosmetology school. She's doing different things in her life. She probably needs her mother's support, her mother's love, and for her to focus on Gino at this time may not be the best for her mother-daughter relationship. And I think Gino can get over himself. He can deal with it. He can handle it. If he really wants to be with her, he's going to wait it out. He's going to work it out. He's going to do his best. He's going to give his all. He has a lot to prove. So, get to proving, Gino. Get to proving. That's my thoughts. Again, what are yours? Drop your comments below. You can email me at cbiztv@yahoo.com. You can check us out on other platforms at cbiztvmedia.com. I think I said you can email me at cbiztv@yahoo.com. If I didn't say that right, I'm saying it now. And we'll talk to you guys next time for Faith, Love, and Trends right here on CBiz Media. All the best. This is Irene. God bless.